and welcome to Altenew Educator's video hop today for September. The theme is called Color Me Autumn, and of course, you think about autumn, you think about leaves. I made this 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square card using a leaf, stamp, and a coordinating die. I'll show you how I inked them, or you can paint them, how you can make that medallion in the middle, some accent pieces, stenciled background, foiled paper, and some more ink blending for the background of the card. So let's get started. I'll show you the tools that I used. In my collection, I came across this wonderful little stamp. It has a die. We're going to use that stamp, the sentiment, a flower, and a bud. And it's called Adore You Add On. And with that is also the coordinating die. And here's the leaf that I used. I didn't need to use the flower or the bud. I used the sentiment for the other one and just the leaf. And it was perfect for creating this wreath. And once you stamp them and color them, you can color them with ink. You can color ink some of the dye inks and create watercolor. However that works for you, that's what I did here. So I stamped this with clear embossing ink, gold embossing powder, heat set it, and here was that die that was for the center. I created a wreath. So with the ones that were behind them was the first layer. And then in the spaces that were left, I used darker colors and I tucked them underneath everything. So it created this wonderful wreath with 2 layers. Here's the stencil background, here's the copper background, and here is some ink blending for the rest of the card. I used gem sparkles. You needed those for a little accent. These come in several different sizes, both silver and gold. Good to have in your collection. This one was perfect for the middle. Stitched scallop circles. This is what it looks like. You've got a scallop circle and die stitching. It was great for the center of the card. Here was that brushed copper foiled metallic paper. They come at 8 1/2 by 11 sheets of paper, and you cut out what you need. Here's the watercolor paper that I used. You don't have to use that, whatever works for you. And here's the stencil that I used. I used a bigger piece of paper for the stenciling. That way I could trim it to the one that worked the best for my card. And as I was making the leaf, I worked on some watercolor paper. I did some ink blending. I did some painting, whatever works best for you. And then I die cut them. And that's how I created this piece. So here's my stenciling. Here's the background. Here's some ink blending around the edges. And then here's the 2 layers. I did 1 layer for the background, and then the spaces that were left, I put the next round. Here's that little medallion. Here are those accents. And again, it completes the card. I had also made one with green. So you can change colors. You can do whatever you like and what kind of materials that you have. Some were already colored paper. I stamped on them anyway. It gives you a very total different look. Again, it's that same layout. 1 layer behind everything, 1 layer on top. So I hope you are inspired to use some of those pieces that you have to create autumn cards or just cards. This was a great little set. Think about the leaves that you might have in your collection and give it a try. We've got a sentiment, die cut, layered leaves, stenciled background, metallic square, and an ink blended card. Thanks for stopping by. Take a look at the other Altenew Educators' wonderful projects. Leave a comment, and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for stopping by, and happy card making.